trip to town, so I figured while we did that, or while I did that, we could have a little chat. So let's go. What is up, guys? How is it going? We just got back from vacation in Destin, Florida. I don't know if you can see my shirt or not. Destin. But anyways, just got back on Saturday, and I decided I was taking Monday off before we ever left, so I couldn't take the Friday off before we left for vacation, so I decided I was going to take the following Monday off. You guys look like you're a little crooked. Hold still. Stupid camera setup. Okay. It's a nice Mercedes. So anyways, but since I have the day off, I'm going to go ahead and try and fix our sink. We've had a slight leak underneath it, and I bought the part for it 2 weeks ago, but the piece, there was one connection on it that was the wrong size, so I either have to go back and see if they have the exact measurement, the exact size, or I have to buy a different connection hose that goes down from I think it's 3/8 or something to a half. So, but yeah, that's my plan for the day. I'm gonna pick up Richard before I go to Lowe's, and yeah, so I'm headed to pay the water bill, and then go from there. But I wanted to talk a little bit about our trip to Destin and how we did it and different things. You guys are still sitting crooked. There we go. Our trip to Destin, we did a little bit different this time. We split it up, and I'll go into more detail after I pay the bill real quick. But it definitely made a difference in how we did it, and I kind of wanted to share that with you guys, give you something to think about. And then also we got something coming up, planning on going cruising this coming weekend. I'll elaborate on that too, but first I gotta go pay this bill. Good old downtown Cotter. Alright guys, I'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, so yeah, we got the water bill paid. We can make our trip to Lowe's. I don't like all this traffic here, I can't see. Alright, so when we left Florida this time, we decided to split it up into 2 days, because it's about 12 and a half, 13-hour drive, depending on which route you take and how fast you drive. The first year we went through Birmingham, there in Alabama, and then it goes through Birmingham, and then it goes down through Montgomery, and then eventually you exit off and go into the bottom part of Alabama and get off the main highway. But from West Memphis all the way past Montgomery is straight highway. Well, when we went through Birmingham, it was just too crazy, and I don't get anxious Tuscaloosa, and then once you got on the other side, it wasn't until you got back to the highway just south of Montgomery, got on the highway for a minute, then got off on our next exit down by Georgiana, Alabama. But by the time we get to Florida, it's like 5 o'clock. We get there, we're exhausted. So you drive for, 12, 13 hours, and then we would sleep for 12 to 13 hours. So you don't really get to enjoy that first day. So this year we decided we were going to split it up. We drove to Tuscaloosa. Excuse me. We drove to Tuscaloosa the first day, and then we stayed there overnight, and then we drove the rest of the way. It was like just under 6 hours the second day. So it was a little over the first day, about 7, and it was right around 5 the next day. So it worked out really well. By the time we got there, we were able to enjoy our first evening. Worked out really well. But taking the back roads, we took a different back road than what we usually take out of Tuscaloosa, and we took it all the way down to Georgiana. So it literally, from the time we left Tuscaloosa to the time we got into Florida, was pretty much all back roads. And the only time we ever got on the Mustang that he had bought, and he was away for a while, and he came back, and he decided it was just going to be too much work. So he decided it'd be easier just to buy an older Mustang, older but newer than what he had, and something he could just already go ahead and drive. So he bought a 2006, I want to say, don't quote me on that, Mustang, but it's the 05 to 09 model. It's a red convertible. It's in pretty good shape for how many miles it has on it, considering. It's a really nice car. I've ridden in it. But he's coming out, and we're hoping that it's going to be him, myself, and Tyler, and we're going to go out and go cruising this Saturday. So I'm hoping we can get that done, and I can get some videos of it. I know we haven't been in a while. It hasn't worked out, and it's been kind of disappointing, honestly, because it's been really hot. We've had a really nice summer, just really hot, but I haven't been able to really get out. Plus, we had vacation, and there's other things that have come up, and I'm just looking forward to getting out and driving. I don't know what road we're gonna take yet. We can take our usual roads up Push Mountain, or we can take 14 and then go over to 5 and come up. That'd be a little bit longer drive. Excuse me, my goodness. That would be a little bit longer drive, but we'll just have to see what comes about. So, but yep, I think that's pretty much it. I really just wanted to share that with you guys. It really made a difference on our trip. Just not having to worry about traffic as much. You had to go through towns, and there was a lot of stoplights and stuff like that, and that's where that 40 minutes really comes into play. But it made for an enjoyable trip, and we had a great time in Florida. Didn't really do much driving in Florida, but I did get some videos with the GoPro in the ocean. Nothing fancy or anything, but just I was just messing around, trying it out. I'd never actually taken the GoPro in the water before, so it was fun. It was enjoyable. But anyway, guys, all right, I want to thank you for watching, and I will, hopefully the next time you see me, it will be on our cruise.